Imagine moving into your new home, thinking you finally found safety. But at night, from the vents above your bed, a voice whispers your name. And the more you listen, the more you realize you're not alone in the house. Please, watch this story till the very end, because what Megan discovered inside those vents is something you'll never forget. The noise in the walls. Megan and her younger brother Tyler had just moved into a rented house in Portland with their mom. It was small, a little old, but affordable. The landlord had shrugged and told them it needed some work. But Megan didn't care. For the first time, she had her own room. That first night, she unpacked boxers until her hands ached. She was halfway to sleep when she heard it. A faint scratching from the vent above her bed. She froze. Maybe a mouse, maybe nothing. She grabbed a broom and banged the ceiling. The sound stopped. But in the silence, another sound slipped through, a whisper. Soft, broken, like lips brushing against the metal grate. She told herself she was tired, dreaming. But the next night, it came again. Clearer. This time, she could make out a word. Cold. Her breath caught. She told her mom, but her mom dismissed it. Old houses creak, the vents carry noise. But then Tyler, just 8 years old, came into her room the next morning, clutching his blanket. His face was pale. "She was talking to me last night," he whispered. Megan blinked. "Who?" "The girl," Tyler said. His lips trembled. "The girl in the vents." That night, Megan couldn't sleep. Every time she closed her eyes, she remembered Tyler's pale little face saying, "The girl in the vents." At midnight, the sound returned, a faint dragging noise, like nails along metal. Her skin prickled. She grabbed her phone, turned on the flashlight, and aimed it at the vent above her bed. The shadows shifted. For one terrifying moment, she swore she saw fingers curl through the great tiny fingers, no bigger than a child's. Her breath hitched. "Hello," she whispered. The sound stopped. Then, in a voice so soft it almost blended with the air, came a single reply. "Help me!" Megan stumbled back, her heart hammering. She told herself she was hallucinating. Stress. Fatigue. But Tyler heard it too. The next morning, he refused to sleep in his own room. He said the voice was following him now, whispering his name from every vent in the house. Desperate, Megan searched online for the house's history. Buried in old forums, she found fragments of a story. A girl who had gone missing in the neighborhood years ago. Last seen near this very house. Never found. Her stomach dropped. She slammed her laptop shut. That night, she decided to record the sounds. She left her phone on the desk, facing the vent, recording as she lay awake. Hours passed. Scratches. Whispers. Then, at 3:12 a.m., clear as day, a voice. Her own name. Megan. She played it back again and again, trembling. It wasn't her imagination. Someone was in those vents, and then her phone battery died. The room went dark, and the vent cover slowly, silently, began to unscrew itself. If this story gave you chills, stay with me. Because in the next, Megan finally discovers what's inside the walls. And trust me, you won't forget it. Subscribe now, so you don't miss the next one, and please do like, share, and please must do comment. Your support gives a lot. Megan barely slept. She spent the next day pretending everything was normal, but every sound made her jump. Every creak in the ceiling, every hum from the vents. That night, she armed herself with a screwdriver. 8-year-old kid Tyler begged her not to, but Megan couldn't take the not knowing anymore. At 2:47 a.m., the scratching started again, steady, patient. She climbed onto a chair, unscrewed the vent cover, and shined her flashlight into the dark shaft. The beam caught something that made her stomach twist. Scratches. Hundreds of them. Tiny claw marks covering the metal. like someone had been trapped inside, desperately trying to get out. Megan, her blood ran cold. The voice wasn't in her head. It came from deep inside the duct, just beyond the circle of light. "Who's there?" she whispered. Silence. Then a face slid into view. A girl. Hair matted, eyes sunken, skin pale like paper. Her lips trembled as she spoke. "They locked me in here." Megan gasped and dropped her flashlight. It clattered into the vent, its beam rolling across the girl's face. But for a split second, she didn't look like a girl at all. Her eyes were black, her mouth too wide, teeth sharp as nails. The light flickered. The face was gone, but the scratching grew louder. Closer, Megan screamed, pulling Tyler into the hallway. She slammed the bedroom door shut, just as something slammed back from the other side. The vent rattled violently, and then, through the metal, a child's voice whispered in unison with another, deeper one. "You shouldn't have opened it." The house was silent. Two. Silent. Megan and Tyler huddled in the living room, clutching each other as the air vents rattled above. Then, suddenly, it stopped. The silence pressed against their ears until Tyler whispered, "Maybe she's gone." But Megan knew better. She could feel it. A presence, thick and suffocating, lingering in the dark corners of the house. A soft tap. 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 Tap echoed from the kitchen. Megan grabbed a knife, forcing herself toward the sound. The kitchen light flickered as she stepped inside. The refrigerator door was wide open. Inside, scratched into the frost of the freezer, were 3 words. "Let me out." Her breath caught in her throat. The kitchen vent screeched open behind her. Metal bent and cracked as something forced its way through. Tyler screamed. A pale hand shot out of the duct, then another, clawing at the tiles as the girl pulled herself free. Her face was wrong now. Stretched, hollow, her jaw unhinged too far, teeth glistening in the dim light. "Megan," she rasped, her voice layered, echoing like dozens of voices speaking at once. Megan slashed with the knife. The blade cut across her arm. But instead of blood, black smoke hissed out, curling and twisting. The girl didn't flinch. She only smiled. Then, in a blink, she was gone. The vent covers all over the house began to rattle at once, banging and screeching like 1,000 cages shaking. Whispers filled the air, overlapping, choking. "We're already out. We're already out. We're already out." Tyler yanked Megan toward the front door. They tore it open, but outside, the street wasn't there. Only vents. Rows and rows of vents stretching into darkness, their covers vibrating, and from inside each one, pairs of pale eyes opened. Megan screamed, but the sound was swallowed by the endless whispering. The girl had never been trapped. She'd just been waiting for someone to let her friends out too. If you're still here, you're braver than most. But remember this. Once you've seen the girl in the vents, she's already seen you. Smash LIKE. If you'd never opened that vent, comment "I'm trapped" so we know you made it through. And subscribe to Phantom Nights before the scratching starts in your own house.